Hello, Richard.
Hello there, Joe.
All right, so today... wait, let me shut this off.
Yeah.
There we go, it's better.
Spectacular.
It's a great start. First off, I wanted to talk about the new Star Wars trailer. You just saw it, like 2 minutes ago?
Something like that.
What did you think?
I mean, I can't say that I'm wowed by it. Like, I've been seeing the memes about it, and like I said a little earlier, everyone's questioning why Billy D. Williams is back of all people, because, like, his character, relatively inconsequential to most of anything in Star Wars.
Yeah, but he brought the flavor.
You're right, he did bring the flavor.
What I want to know is, she's standing in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
There's no footprints. There's no any type of thing to indicate how she got there, why she's there. She's just standing there, like, psyching herself up.
Yeah.
Does the cool pose,
Mm-hmm.
and then does the cool backflip over the fighter.
Yeah.
And then you showed me that meme of him just shooting her, and I thought, exactly, why isn't he just shooting her?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's either training or just, like, suspension of disbelief that they hope we just don't think that these ships have guns.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking it has to be like a dream sequence, some sort of training or something.
Yeah, I mean, they had the dream sequence in episode 8 and stuff, but then again, I think they're, like, totally saying... J.J. Abrams is saying, yeah, no, Rey's parents are going to be different and all this other stuff. It's like, that's totally not what's going to happen, guys.
What I'm kind of hoping is that Kylo Ren is taking Ren under his wing. Well, he becomes a good guy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Takes Ren under his wing to train her, and instead of doing the Yoda training of just, like, you know, going around making rocks float, he's going to just fly his, TIE fighter into her and make her do backflips over it.
Yeah.
It's a new, intense style of Jedi training.
Mm-hmm. The P90X equivalent of
yes.
training to be a Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. It's not good enough just to do the old school style of training. This is like the new CrossFit style of training.
Of course.
Now, there's another crazy theory floating around, which I think is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Let me quickly explain it.
All right.
We all have to go back to the early prequels.
All right.
I know that gives some people PTSD because they're so terrible.
Okay, hold on. Before we get into that, the thing is, the prequels, like, you can make fun of them very, very truthfully and honestly with very valid criticism, but I'm letting you know now that a lot of people have nostalgia for those movies.
Oh, yeah. I think they get progressively better.
They do.
The Phantom
I mean,
Menace...
I don't say progressively better because Attack of the Clones is absolutely the worst of those. Like, Phantom Menace is all right. You got Darth Maul and, like, just the whole Duel of the Fates music. Like, you can't deny that, like, lifts up that movie a whole lot.
That's true. But if you remember when Anakin and the Emperor are at that opera, and he tells them about the story of Darth Plagueis, the Wise or whatever.
Yeah, it's not it's not a tale most Jedi would tell you.
Exactly. So what I'm wondering is, did somehow the Emperor survive Return of the Jedi, Episode 6? And now he's coming back because he had that crazy Emperor.
That's what everyone is saying, is that the Emperor's back.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I think has been kind of confirmed through official-ish sources. I haven't been paying attention because, like I said, you literally just showed me the trailer.
Yeah.
And, like, all I've seen are kind of the jokes and, like, whispers on, like, IGN or whatever.
I think, I don't know, this is just going out crazy, but maybe they're going to go with the storyline of the Emperor actually using his dark midichlorian power to impregnate Anakin's mom to make his little, like, soul battery or whatever. And then he actually survives Anakin killing him.
I mean, the thing is, that wouldn't be the strangest thing, because even though they retconned everything when Disney bought it, they did in, what was that one? The Han Solo movie. Solo. That...
I never saw that one.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't episode 8 bad.
Okay.
But it was, like, for the most part, it was pretty enjoyable.
Okay.
The cringiest moment is when Han Solo gets his name, which is the dumbest thing I have ever in Star Wars. Like, there is not, like, as bad as Episode 8 was, this is the cringiest moment. Did you know how Han Solo gets his name?
No.
So he's going to, like, sign up for the military or leave or whatever.
Okay.
Very early on. And they're like, what's your name? Han. Who are your people? I have no people. Han Solo.
Huh.
That is literally how he gets his name.
That reminds me of the movie, was it Mafia? Where it's a spoof on The Godfather and Mafia type movies.
Yeah.
And when he first gets to America, he doesn't speak English, he only speaks Italian. And he's wearing an Armani windbreaker. And since he doesn't have a name, they just open up his jacket and it says Armani windbreaker, and then that's his name for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the Han Solo movie. They confirm one of the best parts about the expanded universe is that Darth Maul survives.
Oh.
Because I'm not sure if you're familiar with that whole plot line, but where Darth Maul gets totally sliced in half,
Yeah.
but he survives.
Well, his wounds were cauterized.
Yeah. But, so, in the expanded universe...
Is this kind of like the whole, Boba Fett surviving the Wrangler pit because
the
it's too cool?
Sarlacc pit? Yeah. I mean, it's similar to that, but I mean, even then, like... That makes a lot of sense, though. Like, the Darth Maul stuff is a bit of a stretch, but, like, with Boba Fett, it's like, he's one of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy. You don't think he can fly out of those? And
Yeah, that's the
like,
thing. It's like,
yeah.
he has a jetpack, he can just fly right back out once everybody
Yeah.
passes.
But, hold on, let me show you one of the best parts about Maul and getting new legs and everything, is, he goes through different iterations of legs. The best of which, if the internet will load, is Spider Maul, where he literally becomes a spider.
Wait. Is this a fan thing?
No, this is canon.
Wow.
He literally becomes like a half spider, half robot spider.
That's amazing.
It is. I don't know if it's been confirmed with all the Disney stuff, because, like I said, I was only dabbling in expanded universe stuff, but I think they did confirm that he has robot legs in Han Solo movie, so I'm like, he's definitely back.
Wow.
So, to rewind it back around, I think we were talking about how it's not the craziest thing that the Emperor would be back.
Right.
So, that's, like, it'd be like, really, you're gonna do that? But it's not also not the far-fetched thing that some people are saying it is.
Yeah, because I was looking into it, and I guess part of the deal is there's another Sith power or whatever where they can survive by putting themselves into some sort of object. If you think of Harry Potter and Horcruxes, that's exactly what I thought.
I have never read or seen any of the Harry Potter movies, so... But I don't know about that power. I know that Darth Maul literally survives being sawed in half by living off of pure rage.
Wow, he's really raging, bro.
Yeah, he is. And then he, like, eventually renounces Darth in his name and just becomes Maul because he hates the Sith. So he literally hates the Jedi, hates the Sith, and goes out on his own and just is angry. So
As a whole different type of Spider-Man.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
But to make a long story short, what they're saying is that the Emperor put his soul, I don't know, whatever...
The Force Ghost.
Yeah, into the Death Star. And that's why they're going back to the Death Star in that one scene.
Huh.
Because that's where the Emperor's like trying to come back, is through the remains of the Death Star.
I guess.
I don't know.
But also, like, when you think of someone putting their soul into something, you think of something you can kind of hold in your hand, or maybe something the size of a person, not the moon-sized
Exactly.
starbase.
Carry around.
Yeah.
Like a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Or a pencil.
Whatever.
But anyway, it's pretty crazy. It's one of those things where I guess it lives up to the title of being a teaser trailer because it is such a tease. All it does is just make you ask more questions, and then everybody does the job of the marketing team and spreads it around.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just contributing to the problem.
See, the Star Wars trailer that I was far more interested in is Jedi Fallen Order, the video game trailer, which EA has promised will not have microtransactions or loot boxes, and they will not be added, which
that's nice.
is nice, but it's also, again, EA, And I am very skeptical of everything because they said they wouldn't screw up Battlefront 2, and that turned out.
They specialize in screwing people over.
They do. I mean, how many companies have they shut down and everything? And it's like, really? Why?
Yeah, it amazes me that these companies just... It's like the fans say, hey, do this thing. And then the companies say, you're stupid, we're going to do this thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, I want to give you all this money.
Yeah.
Just do this one thing.
I think EA finally realized that their customers have money that they're willing to give.
Yeah.
And don't want to feel obligated to give, you know?
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, the Star Wars fans now, it's not just a bunch of little kids like in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids have grown up, and now they're all working in, nerd jobs like computer programming and stuff.
Yeah.
Making lots of money, and they're like, hey, we have lots of money. Make something cool, and we'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully...
Hoping.
EA
yeah.
learns from that.
But like I said, they figured out a way to screw up Battlefront 2, and they also said single-player games are dead, and then immediately release a single-player game. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to sell this product. That's stupid. Here's that product. Wait. Hold on a second. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm intrigued. I'm hopeful, but
yeah, exactly.
Skeptical. Very skeptical.
We can keep going on and on forever for that, but it seriously amazes me how much just Disney and EA just seem to be like, we don't care what the fan base says.
Yeah.
We're just going to do our thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's who you're making the stuff for, is the people who
yeah.
buy it.
It's like, these people over there, they have money. They really want to give it to us. What if we made them angry? That's how you sell. It's like, no, stop it.
It's an amazing plan.
Yes.
I think we've beaten that dead horse enough. But
I don't know. We could probably go further beating it, but
Exactly.
Not sure how much more we'd get out of that dead horse.
I know, right? Well, it remains to be seen. I'm sure there's going to be a new trailer, between now and Christmas season and all that, and we can make fun of that one as well.
Yeah.
The next thing you shared with me is walruses falling off a cliff.
Yes.
I didn't know that the walruses are so depressed.
Yeah.
That they were now jumping off cliffs.
It's the equivalent of lemmings, It's like, I don't know. Like, it is sad that these walruses are dying. Like, I'm not thrilled that walruses are falling off cliffs. But it's also like, the explanations are like, you people are stupid. Like, watching this one guy break it down. And basically, everyone, even people who are like the most staunchly supportive of like climate change and the world's going to end in 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Even they are against this like explanation that like climate change is killing the walruses and forcing them to jump off cliffs. And it's like, this is not how this works. This is not how any of this works.
It seemed slightly exploitive. Mm-hmm. I think it would have been better if they added, the Wilhelm scream in it like this.
Yeah. I'll just have every single...
Yes. As the walrus is going off the cliff, you hear... That would be amazing.
It would. It might kill the moment that they were going for, but I could bet it would be a lot more entertaining that way.
Like, you sit there and they're like, well, clearly it's just because there's not enough ice around.
Yeah.
And it's like you told me that they're not sharing when they filmed it, where they filmed it, anything. And
it's like,
go ahead.
Yeah, so well-known scientists within the community are saying, first of all, walruses are extremely scared of people. They're very skittish animals with poor eyesight, which is like, the poor eyesight is why they're falling off the cliff, because they think they might be lower to the ground or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, if they are so skittish and scared of humans and they can smell them pretty closely, having a film crew where the wind might be blowing in their direction, having this film crew, pretty close to these walruses and flying a drone nearby,
right,
which is loud and obnoxious and something scary to these walruses.
Right.
Yes, they might be spooked enough by the camera crew to fall off the cliff. And then the other explanation that I saw, which I mean is maybe a bit more likely given how they're not willing to disclose when they film this or where, is that in Russia, these walruses a while back, years ago, were they got chased by a polar bear up a cliff.
Okay.
And the polar bear, it's like you can either go off the cliff or get eaten by the polar bear. And so the polar bears, as we mentioned, have been skittish,
Right.
run off the cliff and fell to their demise. But it wasn't like climate change causing that. It was a polar bear chasing them to eat them. So it's
funny that you mentioned polar bears too, because I can remember 10, 15 years ago or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like all polar bears are dying because of climate change. Mm-hmm. There was that famous picture of the polar bear on like the melting iceberg.
That was another thing brought up in the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it amazes me because I guess now polar bears are doing great.
Yeah.
They're having lots of polar bear cubs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
And then, so now they're like, crap, what are we going to move on to? I got it. Walruses.
Yeah.
We have this footage floating around, them falling off cliffs. Let's go with it. We got the one lady with the single tear watching it. Mm-hmm. This is gold.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, part of it too is... I think Netflix isn't doing that well, or at least not as well as it's been doing.
No, and they're kind of diving into SJW nonsense.
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention to them in the news as of late?
Yeah, somewhat. It's hard to keep up with everything that goes on, but
I mean, did you see the Brie Larson thing?
Refresh my memory.
So some dude, some random guy on Twitter, not even verified or anything, some nobody on Twitter says Brie Larson wasn't that great in this thing or something. It's her like self-directed debut or whatever. Is that Netflix original or whatever?
Okay.
And they said this, like, kind of criticizing it as like a not good movie. And Netflix comes out and says Brie Larson has won this award, these awards, nominated for these awards, these awards, these awards. And it's like, why do you feel the need to defend someone who is so awfully staunchly political in such a capacity? And then the best part of it is that movie bombed on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, nobody likes it. Like, every review outlet like is just like, no, this movie's kind of trash.
What was the movie she made?
It was like Unicorn something. I don't know.
Super artsy thing.
Yeah, I think so. But it was like, nobody was like, yeah, this is a great piece of work. This is what art should be. It's like everyone, literally everyone except for Netflix defending it, saying, yeah, it's pretty bad.
How old is Brie Larson, too? How could she have won all these awards already? I
don't know. She has an Oscar for something.
Huh.
So I'm like, I don't know. She's apparently a decent actress. It was just in Captain Marvel, she was bad. And in her directorial debut, she doesn't know how to direct. She just can kind of act, apparently.
I miss the days where a movie was just made and either it did well or didn't do well. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't do well, then they just move on.
Yeah. And it wasn't a complex problem of, well, this movie failed and we have to figure out why. It's clearly because society is at fault. Yeah. Society is broken to the point where people don't like this movie. It's like, perhaps you made a very bad film.
Yeah. It's like the difference between Alien and Aliens versus Alien 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same actress, all that stuff, but 1 and 2 are great, but the third one, you're just like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm. But, you know, that was before things were a problem. I'm sure today if Alien 3 came out and bombed, people would be like, guys, society, there's a problem in the community today. Guys, I mean, people didn't like Aliens, and did you know that movie has a woman in it? We can't have this.
I'm surprised CNN didn't go to the guy's house and want to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, like they did with the Redditor from years back or whatever.
Yeah.
With the wrestling.
Yeah, Han S. Solo.
Yeah.
Where he made that meme of Trump punching CNN.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they went to his house.
No, they doxed him. They found his house.
They doxed him.
They found his address and threatened to dox him and say, we have found this man. This is a dangerous individual. We're going to have to release this information on this man who made a meme. It's like, it's not even, like, a super problematic, like problematic as the left would say, but it's not like edgy, like, yeah, white supremacism. It's literally like a joke that Donald Trump doesn't like the news, and it's problematic. I don't know. Old news is old news.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
Well, I think we've gone through the issues you wanted to cover. Was there anything else you wanted to cover?
I mean, the recent stuff that I've seen that's been pretty funny. Are you aware of Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so him and Dankula running for office in
I didn't
the
know
UK.
that.
Oh, yes. They very recently announced they are running as MEPs, which is like the EU representatives or whatever.
Okay.
And, I mean, the funniest thing is that they're running for MEPs for an institution they want to dismantle.
Right.
Which is pretty funny.
Great.
But
bring it down from the inside.
yeah, they're running for these positions, and like the second that Sargon announced it, oh boy, did the slime pieces come out. He made a video like talking about them all, and it's amazing. Highly recommend.
We're truly living in an amazing time where it's on one side it's like a 24/7 party, and then on the other side it's like they're living in some post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
Mad Max being chased around by racists.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's
with Confederate flags.
I mean, you can see why the Clown World meme has popped up. Like,
Yeah.
it's like utter nihilism to the most extreme of like, you know what? We're going to have a party in this broken world. It's like, but you know, the Clown World meme is white supremacism after all.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that 4chan is able to push it so that the rainbow flag is considered a white nationalist symbol.
They're trying, and I've seen the strategies, and like they're totally aware that it's, first of all, not at all actually a white supremacist thing.
Right.
But it, like I checked it today, and it's hilarious. Like guys, like, all right, guys, we can't put the Nazi symbol on there yet. We can't put a swastika on there yet because if we do, it'll be too obvious.
Right.
What they're doing right now is they're actually going about it in a way I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to work. The way that they're going about it, it's like, so it's the rainbow flag, and it says a separate place for every race.
Yeah.
Saying that diversity is so great because white people are so great. Is how they're going to push it. So it's like all the separate colors of the rainbow versus a brown flag, and it's like separate versus mixed, and it's like, this is what we need. And all this other stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh. They're going to do it. They're going to turn the gay pride flag into a symbol of white supremacy.
This is truly the clown world we're living in.
This is truly the clown world we're living in.
Which makes me super excited for the 2020 election.
It's going to be the best memes. Like, I thought 2016 had some good ones. 2020, it's going to be some spicy memes.
I feel like it's kind of like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Terminator 1 is good.
Yeah.
But Terminator 2 is one of those sequels that's actually better than the first movie.
It enhances both of them at the same time. It's like,
Right.
it's better, and it elevates all of it.
Yeah, and that way, the 2020 election is going to be the Terminator 2.
I can
That's
see
what I'm
that.
anticipating.
I mean, I keep telling you, but like Beto O'Rourke, his page.
Well, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I agree. There's like no actual policies or anything he's
Yeah.
saying. It's just like, hey, here's a skateboarding video I made.
Yeah,
I was in a band.
yeah.
Um,
It's like, here, you can buy some merch, guys.
here's a poem about cow farts.
Yeah.
He's sort of like the Paul brothers in that way, where it's like, buy my merch.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but there's a prettier girl at the ball now with Buttigieg.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in some ways, I'm starting to feel bad for Beto because I'm feeling like a lot of the media is going towards this new guy who's even cooler
Yeah.
and younger and gayer. And
Yeah.
so, with Beto now, I feel like he's just going to be a guy standing at a table with his arms flailing. And he's
Standing on a table.
Yeah.
That's another good meme. Those are some good ones. The other thing, though, that I mean, 4chan, like, as right-wing, hard alt-right as it is, like, when I was checking poll,
Yeah.
people are really supporting Andrew Yang,
Oh, the Yang Gang.
the Yang Gang.
Well, that's because he just wants to give people money.
Yeah. But they're supporting him, and as cringy as it is, they, what's her, Tulsi Gabbard, right? She's the one that's like pretty moderate or whatever.
Okay, I don't know.
They're calling her Soldier Mommy because like she's pretty moderate, and I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to see you up on the stage and not Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders or any of these other people that are like.
She's moderate. She's gonna be burnt at the stake. They're not gonna allow her in.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like they don't have a chance. Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard, and it's like, I disagree with you, but I agree with you on so much more than every other person. And it's like, and that's why you're not going to get in the ticket.
Yeah. Basically, well, if you don't believe, that I like Adam Carolla's line that if black kids aren't having to run zigzag because the white supremacists constantly trying to just, shoot them or something, then you can't run for president on the Democratic ticket.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, it's also like, I'm not sure if they're going to realize that the party is separate from the people who vote for the party, because it's been very, very different. Like, because I mean, the hopefuls seem to be saying, yes, we need to go as far left as humanly possible. Identity politics all the way.
To party with games.
What?
I was just practicing
Why
my
is
game
no?
with-
I didn't turn on OK Google voice.
Oh, that's creepy.
That is creepy.
Google just started talking.
Google is listening in, guys. It's 1984. And that the weirdest thing though is I have voice recognition turned off.
Oh my
So that's kind of, I'm gonna have to check my phone later. I don't like this.
Google's gonna be like, we don't like what you're talking about. Stop
Yeah.
talking about this.
Yeah. What were we saying before Google wanted to shut us down?
Basically, we were just talking about that somewhat more moderate.
Oh
people
yes,
that are
yes,
running and
yeah.
they're not gonna make
The
it.
moderates I saw a poll saying that first of all, Joe Biden is like the top one that people want, and even then, he's like people want someone else. It's like Joe Biden. It's like, all right, Joe Biden's kind of corporate, moderate, Democrat, kind of bog standard, nothing.
Right.
I mean, he's also creepy, but but it's like, what's her name? The woman who's like identity politics is the future or whatever.
Kamala Harris,
No, the other one.
AOC.
No, she can't run. She legally can't run, which is the good thing.
I know, right?
What's it?
See, they're all the same, so it's hard to even keep them all straight.
It
Elizabeth Warren.
no, it's no. I mean, she's not winning at all. Like people hate her
Oh yeah.
because of she's totally going identity with it. But it's a similar name to Tulsi Gabbard. It's Kirsten Gillibrand.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like polling nothing. She's not even in the top 10.
Ouch.
But I like how there's more than a top 10 running, trying to go for it. And I'm like, the Democrats, there is no chance they win.
No.
Like with Trump, it was like the Republican Party was like kind of going, and it was like, it was a weird scene, but it was also like, after Trump got the ticket, people were like, oh yeah, we can go for this. We can go for this.
Right.
But like with this, it's like Democrats are first of all so divided on everything. And it's like, I don't know.
I know. I like when AOC was saying how her and her gang, run that house or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And then Nancy Pelosi is just like,
there are 5 of them.
yeah. She's like, no, I'm the House leader.
Yeah,
You're not running anything.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah. Now with the new census coming out in 2020, they're actually planning on like removing her district.
Ooh.
Or like forcing her to actually compete, because I mean, that she like got in from primarying, like how like 17,000 out of 75,000 or something, some ridiculously small amount of a ridiculously large amount actually voted for her.
Wow.
And like the people in her district are pissed at her. Like they're like, yeah, she's focusing on like saving the world, and it's like, the mail here isn't working. Like the post office keeps screwing up our mail, and the roads are broken and all of this stuff, and it's like, she's not helping us. It's like she's literally trying to go, it's like, I'm gonna save the world with the Green New Deal, guys. Our district is broken. Could you please help?
There's like alligators coming out of the toilets and
Yeah, basically.
roving gangs of teenagers on motorcycles in
Yeah.
some post-apocalyptic landscape.
Yeah.
It amazes me, these people.
I don't know, man. They're like I said, I would be amazed because like, who wants them? Who's gonna want them in 2020? And it's, I'm worried for the Democrats because it's like I like to have someone competent to balance out who I align with, because it's like Republicans, I do not agree with them on certain issues. Like, I'm definitely a lot more libertarian, but even then I disagree with a lot of libertarian stuff where it's like, yeah, we can definitely let Google and all of these giant corporations do whatever they want. I'm like, do you not remember what the train monopolies were doing and all these trusts that, like, what was it, Teddy Roosevelt, the trust buster, had to do? And it's like, unrelented capitalism leads to bad things, but also I do want a lot more freedom. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's interesting.
It is. Well, we've covered a lot of ground.
We did.
In this inaugural podcast.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah, I think it feels good.
Yeah, I did enjoy this, so.
I think it deserves a...
Wow. The audience outside watching us is cheering. I'm glad we have that applause sign for them.
I know, right? All right, that's enough.
Wow, they can't even stop on command. That's a really good audience we got.
Well, Richard, I think it's time to say goodbye and good night.
It is. It's not night, but we're going to say it anyway. This is a fantastic song.
I think so, too. It's very happy.
All right.